World. 10 of the largest prehistoric supergiant animals on land. The 7th place is the top hunter of white crocodile. The 1st place is the giant that once existed on Earth. Lizards ate dinosaurs as food. If you think you've ever seen a large animal, it was a wild time when the ancient Earth was unknown, and even elephants seemed insignificant at that time. As early as today, common before the scorpion, the Earth was once a prehistoric devil's den, home to helicopter-worthy dragonflies. What's even more curious is that the Earth once housed some giant ancestors of living animal relatives. It's true. These creatures are far more interesting than dinosaurs. It's even more terrifying. Today, I will silently take you to explore 10 kinds. The true hand that once set foot on Earth, but was forgotten. After reading, I believe you will never use the same eyes again. Look at the scorpions in the garden. The 10th good and bad centipede. If you are in the garden, when you see a slow-crawling millipede, it's hard to imagine his distant and ancient relatives. Good and bad centipede. It was 300 million years ago. Limb titan. His body length can reach 2.5 meters. Stand in front of him. Humans can't even talk to him in normal times. The existence of this giant creature flips everything you think about millipedes. The calamity is huge, inseparable from the unique environmental gift of carboniferous agent. The concentration of oxygen in the Earth's sufficient oxygen was much higher. The body-shaped evolution of limbs provides a hotbed. Let the originally small creatures to break through physical limitations grow into amazing giants. And the robbery was futile. It's at the forefront of this gigantic wave. He wasn't just huge. The appearance is more intimidating. The decomposed body is heavy covered exoskeleton like a steampunk nightmare, with a cold metallic light, hairs neatly arranged. It moves like a building. Walking fortress. Just looking from a distance makes people stand cold. And here's the interesting thing. This fierce-looking giant, it's actually a vegetarian. Despite having a tank-like body, he prefers leaves, food such as rotting tree trunks. No need for sharp predator organs. Just by their sheer size, you can roam the forest without hindrance. In the ecological environment, few creatures pose a threat to him. Lack of natural predators, so he doesn't have to shrink to avoid danger. Securely dominate the prehistoric forest. Today, hyperoxic environments are long gone. Such a giant millipede, lost forever in the river of evolution. But every time I see a small millipede on the sidewalk, I can't help but think of the prehistoric giant. Maybe humans' ancient fear of giant reptiles. It is from the failure to respond to robbery. The primitive memories of these prehistoric giants. After all, millipedes that humans can look up to. Just imagining it is enough to send a chill down your spine. The 9th megalodon. If today's great white shark has deterred you from going to the sea, his ancestor, the megalodon, it will completely dispel the idea of being close to the ocean. This life is in. About 23 million to 3 million years ago, it is the ultimate predator in the ocean. Even if the fierce great white shark is in front of him, it can also be reduced to dim sum, the true king of the ocean. The size of the megalodon, enough to subvert human understanding of sharks. It's about 18 meters long, the size of an adult's palm. Up to 18 centimeters in length. The edges are serrated, can easily shred any prey. What's even scarier is its bite force is close to 20 tons. Compare that to the hundreds of millions of tons of bite force. It's a huge disparity. That means megalodon can break a cookie, easily crush the bones of the prey in search of completely food. At the level of dimensionality reduction strike. In prehistoric seas, boulder sharks are at the top of the food chain. Take the whale and other marine organisms large enough to feed absolutely dominate with terrifying combat power. No creature dares to easily provoke. But the overlord of the oceans, it went extinct anyway. It is speculated that the climate was gradually cooling, causing a significant decrease in the number of the megalodon, which eats an amazing amount of food. Facing the dilemma of high food bills, not enough prey, supports massive energy consumption, eventually disappears from the ocean. The extinction of the megalithic shark not only does it leave room for today's sharks, it also leaves a passage for humanity. Shocking prehistoric legend. Whenever people see great white sharks, it's hard to imagine what used to be in the ocean. There has been such a body type. An ancient king whose combat power far exceeds that of modern sharks. He uses a unique survival imprint. Written the most thrilling chapter of prehistoric oceans. The 8th place is extremely rare. If you want to imagine the extremely rare body shape, 4 African elephants in your mind. The sheer size of this prehistoric behemoth, enough to subvert your understanding of rhino relatives. As a distant relative of today's rhinos, it is reported that the most ironic point is that he doesn't have a rhino. The sharp calculation of natural enemies. He never had to protect himself on his feet, only by body, enough to gain a foothold in the prehistoric world. It is believed to have lived between 34 and 23 million years ago. It was a behemoth in the terrestrial ecology of its time. Its shape, it's like a rhino-giraffe hybrid. It has a thick torso like a rhinoceros, like a moving land truck, with a long neck like a giraffe. Easy access to the leaves on tall trees, only compared to the elegance of a giraffe looking up to feed. It is reported the appearance of pulling branches with a thick neck is more a sense of power, but it also accurately adapted to his food needs. It feeds on the branches and leaves of the trees. The unique body structure solves the conundrum of how big guys eat above food. With such a huge body, it is reported that at that almost time, no natural predators dare to be easily provoked. For other animals, his thick skin and huge size, like a natural barrier, it was daunting. They don't need horns to survive. But this land giant is not invulnerable. He is extremely sensitive to changes in climate and environment. The dense forest is gradually disappearing, and dry grasslands take its place. The resources of leaves that were brought in to survive were access to food is severely constrained. Huge body requires a lot of energy. When the food supply fails to meet demand, eventually go extinct. Now, look at the much smaller rhino on the grassland. It's hard to imagine their distant relatives was such a powerful terrestrial behemoth. It is reported that not only is it a vivid imprint of prehistoric ecology, even organisms at the top of the food chain, it may also come to an end due to environmental changes. The seventh place is evil. If crocodiles are lurking in the waters today, it has made you afraid. The evil of the earth in the period of white evil, your fear perception of aquatic lawyers. This prehistoric crocodile lived about 110 million years ago, weighing over 8 tons, equivalent to doubling the size of a modern crocodile. Inject the ultimate horror, the true monster of freshwater at the time. Even dinosaurs near the water's edge, they all shy away from him. The size of the evil is enough to be described as shocking. It's about the size of a school bus. The mouth alone is wide enough to accommodate an adult. He has more than 100 teeth growing in his mouth. The edges are not sharp, but have a great bite, ideal for crushing the bones of prey. His diet goes far beyond large fish. Many paleontologists speculate that those who accidentally drink near the water's edge are feeding dinosaurs. Also his hunting target. For ground crocodiles that can easily hunt dinosaurs, it's too monotonous to feed on fish alone. Earth evil also has a unique feature that is full of mysteries. There's a raised bulge at the muzzle. Scientists speculate that this structure could potentially be used to amplify sound, to give a more threatening roar, to deter prey or the like. May also assist olfactory perception, help him track his prey precisely in murky waters. The specific function of the cure has not been fully understood yet. This prehistoric crocodile adds more mystery. The home of the earth evil. In the ancient rivers and lakes of what is now North Africa, the water was lush with vegetation. Gentle current provides him with the perfect ambush and hiding place. All he has to do is hide his massive body underwater. After waiting for prey to approach, it suddenly attacks. Huge size gives super impact. Plus it can be crushed. The bite force of almost anything. Let him dominate the prehistoric freshwater ecology. Die used terrifying combat in the evolutionary history of life on Earth, leaving a strong overlord mark. 6th place, devil toad CHU. Imagine a toadstool the size of a known football. The mouth can devour its prey like a natural vacuum cleaner. Such prehistoric amphibians, enough to intimidate any small creature. He's the devil toad, also known as hell toad chick. He lived 70 million years ago. The body shape of the devil toad, the most powerful animal in the history of amphibians. Body length up to 40 cm. The body is as solid as a small tank, and wrinkled skin. Not at all as small as modern toads. What's even more terrifying is his predatory abilities. He's a hardcore predator on the ground. The study found that his bite force is far superior to ordinary eradication. Enough to crush prey bones. It's not just giant insects in this recipe. Small reptile, even baby dinosaurs. For him, swallowing a prey half his size effortlessly, it's the pit bull of amphibians. Although huge, devil toad Sioki Shenin ambush road. He will take advantage of the surrounding vegetation. Skin tones disguise themselves like an inconspicuous stone. When a prey lets down its guard and passes by, he will launch an instant attack. Open your mouth at lightning speed. Inhale the prey whole. The entire hunting process. So fast that the prey can't react in time. Just think about it. A young dinosaur is leisurely foraging in the woods. Suddenly a tank-like toad. Musical instruments emerge from obscurity. Swallow it in one bite. This is the scene. Just imagining it is enough to make the heart palpitate. Now I'm looking at the inconspicuous little toad. It's hard to think of their prehistoric relatives with such a terrifying amphibious overlord. The fifth place is my kingpin. If the dragonfly sitting on the lotus leaf make you feel small and the giant veined dragonfly recorded by Stone 300 million years ago, fascinated by the generating new understanding. It's a nightmare and a turbocharged dragonfly. One exhibition can reach 70 centimeters. The body shape is comparable to the current damage. Just imagine him hovering in the air. It's enough to make people inexplicably uneasy. The shape of the giant veined dragonfly subverts the mini impression of modern dragonflies. Spread wings as wide as small shields, supporting a huge body to fly over the forest. The body is thick and powerful with a sharp and powerful tone. It was an inferior machine in prehistoric air. Unlike today's dragonflies that live on little flying insects, he's a greedy top underdog. Will actively capture other large insects, chasing prey before tearing it to death. Even small amphibians could be his meal. In the aerial ecology at that time, few creatures can easily provoke it. And giant veined dragonflies can grow into such a giant, inseparable from the unique environmental advantages of carboniferous agents. The concentration of oxygen for the control of animal body transformation provides the key conditions. Enough oxygen to support larger body metabolism. Let insects break through the body size limit. This giant dragonfly could never have appeared. Imagine the sky above the forest of stone exploration. Giant veined dragonflies fly with huge wings. When wings vibrate, will issue something the hum of an insect helicopter. Often the voice comes before the shadow. Let the surrounding creatures feel its presence in advance. If you lived in that era, likely to hear it first. The dull flapping of wings came from above. When he looked up, he saw the giant bug in the sky slowly passing by. Just imagining it would immediately make me jump in fright. Keep saying in my heart, "Don't fly towards me." Fourth place, waste blood. If the little scorpion you encounter while camping has made you subconsciously the waste blood of the rock beach season, 340 million years ago, regenerate a level. This prehistoric animal can reach a length of 70 centimeters. It's about the size of an adult cat, but not as soft and gentle as a cat. In its place is an exoskeleton, as hard as armor, a huge dive in front of its prey, and the end of the tail, a poisonous stinger that shines dangerously. A living creature emerging from a prehistoric nightmare. Abandoned scorpions are precise killing machines when hunting. He will not attack rashly. Instead, it hides itself by virtue of body color. After the prey approaches the environment, it quickly extends a powerful dive. It holds its prey so tightly that it cannot break free. The power of the dive, enough to crush the shells or bones of small creatures. Although it is no longer possible to accurately determine its given its sheer size. Prediction of ecological environment. With carbonate, its venom has a high probability of quickly paralyzing the small vertebrates of the time. Let any sane creature don't dare to approach easily, for fear of being reduced to its plate. And here's the interesting exploration in stone. Abandoned scorpions are not isolated giant creatures. It was incredibly high. It has spawned a lot of oversized creatures. Giant insects are everywhere in the forest. Giant millipedes, etc. encounter waste blood, as normal as seeing squirrels in the trees today. Now we are avoiding the little scorpion. If you really wear it and encounter waste such a big guy, I'm afraid it will be so scared that even the shadow wants to avoid it. His miniature monster-like appearance completely is the best definition of safe distance. Third place, Deng Xiu. In the muddy ocean 360 million years ago, Deng Xiu is 9 fans long, a giant body weighing 4 tons. Become the undisputed butcher of the ocean. The murderous habits of this prehistoric fish. It's not just about size. Benefit from a set of predator equipment that has evolved for killing invertebrates. The history of predation has left a shocking mark. The deadliest weapon is its unique bone structure. It has no traditional teeth. Replace a sharp bone plate extending from the skull, forming a self-sharpening tough mouth like 2 giant hand axes. Biomechanical studies show that its nucleus and shoulder occlusal force, 8,000 pounds per square inch. The toughness is over 11,000 pounds per square inch. Far better than modern saltwater and great white sharks. Enough for a vertebrate bite. The top of the list is even more amazing. He can snap together in 20 milliseconds, generates a strong suction force to instantaneously suck the prey
Hunting
into the
efficiency
mouth. Can be called prehistoric lightning. Its recipes cover the oceans at that time. Almost all large organisms, even the same kind, cannot escape. Facing armored prey, his bone plates, cut like scissors, easily penetrate thick and heavy false warts. And in cartilaginous fish, they literally crush the bones. Even a shark can be snapped in half. Fossil evidence shows that the stomach remains in its excrement. Digested prey bone potassium confirmed his eating style with bones and meat. Deng Xiu's ferocity is also reflected in its hunting strategy. With his streamlined body and powerful tails, cruise fast, better at ambush tactics, using special joints on the head and the tip of the breastplate. Raise your head to expand your mouth. Sudden attack. The head and chest cover 5 centimeters. Posterior bony deck, so he doesn't have to worry about defense when chasing his prey. A killing machine that integrates offense and defense. This extreme brutality let Deng begin almost invincible in the Ocean of Devon, but also due to over-reliance on large prey, eventually go extinct with ecological changes. But the painter he left behind still telling the horror legend of this bone marrow hunter. Second place, Geelong. Bayezi River Basin in North Africa. Geelong is 17 meters long, a giant body weighing 20 tons. Become the top chest soil across land and water. The ferocious habits of this theropod dinosaur, deeply rooted in the number of bodybuilding physiology and hunting strategy in land and water. Both demonstrate dominance and deterrence. Its ecological advantage even diffused the plunder with the sand-toothed dragon competition. Its underwater chest shape is particularly striking. The nostrils of the descendants on the top of the head facilitate the foot bones form a natural universal structure. And here's the thing. Citation tail. It can produce 8 times the propulsion force of a normal Swimming limb. Efficiency has more than doubled. 4-ton bite immediately pierce the large lungfish or the body of a giant kill. They often try their best to dive into the beach, out of the water to disguise. Strike at a speed of 0.1 seconds when prey approaches. Forelimb 15 centimeters, curved hook vertical cover. At the same time, puncture. Open the laryngeal sac to form a biological swallow vacuum prey cleaner. With water. Land predators are equally fierce. The 2-meter-long forelimb can rotate up to 120 degrees. Can pounce on polar bears. Small and medium-sized western dinosaurs. Palm force up to 8 tons. One claw can shatter prey bones. Fossil evidence shows that the recipe covers not only fish and shellfish, including small dinosaurs, occasionally eat carrion, an opportunistic predator. And here's what's even scarier. It's herd hunting traces. Concentrated discovery of multiple individual fossils suggesting that they may be the only dark prey. This cruel habit of eating water and land. Giant body with water welfare support, so that Geelong doesn't have to compete with terrestrial predators for resources. He's unique dual-domain tyrant. First place, Jiu Juxi. Talk about lizards. The first thing that comes to people's minds, it tends to be Komodo. It is reported that he is about 3 meters in length, weight around 70 kilograms, stable among the remaining lizard powerhouses. But less people know. Earth tens of thousands of years ago, Zheng dwelling is a lizard far larger than it. Behemoth, known as the king of prehistoric giants. Jiu Juqian's body shape is enough to be described as shocking. Inference with reference to the external characteristics of its body length can reach up to 8 meters. Weight is controversial. Some studies suggest that the maximum capacity, but the senior is more generally recognized. The average weight is about 350 kilograms, even if the average weight is calculated. This data is also far more than the vast majority today. Counting lizards to the largest Komodos, it is reported that the maximum body length is only about 3 meters. Weight over 100 kilograms. It pales in comparison. There's a huge difference in size. What's more worth mentioning is Jiu-Juxi is most likely the first time the Earth has ever the largest venomous animal. This adds another layer to his deterrence. In terms of survival time, Paleogene was active in the renewal period. Survival span from now on 2.588 million to 12,000. Eventually went extinct about 40,000 years ago. On Earth, left a mark of survival for hundreds of thousands of years. Ecology first. He is a top predator. As a large carnivore, the recipe covers large mammals and other reptiles. He suppresses his prey with his huge body. Complete the hunt with great hunting ability. Almost invincible when it comes to getting food. In the updated ecosystem of the Australian continent, Paleogene firmly occupies the top of the food chain. Not only was it one of the most powerful land predators of its time, more in control, energy flow in local ecosystems, balance with species, it is crucial to maintaining ecological stability. Alright, the above is the entire content of this video. Don't know the above 10 layers of prehistoric creatures on land. Which one impressed you the most? If you like this video, welcome to like and subscribe and share it with your friends. This way you won't miss any of our videos. Thanks for watching. See you next time.